Hey guys, I'm Phaedra from All Things Phaedra, and today I'm talking cars, specifically my own car. This is my very own 2021 Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid, and I love this car. I wouldn't change a thing about this car. Okay, well, maybe I would change a few things. Actually, I would change one really big thing, and that is this. My tires. I don't love these tires. They're not bad tires. These are Pirelli Scorpion Verde All Season tires. But these are the tires that came with the car when I bought it in January 2021. They only have 27,000 miles on them, but I'm ready to replace them. And I'm going to talk to you about why, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I'm replacing them with and give you some thoughts on what you should consider when you're purchasing your next tire. So let's get down and dirty and talk about these tires specifically. Now, this is nothing against Pirelli Scorpion. They actually make some very good tires. My husband just bought some brand new Pirelli Scorpions for his vehicle, but they have different models, different treads, and so on. So it's important to know the right tire for the right vehicle. Now, the other thing is my tires only have 27,000 miles on them. They were brand new when I bought the car in January 2021. However, these tires, if I went to a tire shop and bought them, are probably going to be different than the OEM tires. So these tires are probably not going to be the same quality because they're purchased in bulk and they're meant to be an accessory for cars that are getting pushed out the door. So let me tell you a couple things that I don't like about this tire. The first one is that the tread is actually wearing much quicker than I would expect. So after about 30,000 miles, I wouldn't necessarily expect to see the tread wear that I have on this. The other thing is they're fine, but when I look at the tread design, I think that they could be built a little bit better for better traction. Finally, the last thing is the noise of the tires, and this is coming from two different things. The first one is the actual road noise. So that's the sound that it makes as it hits the road, and some of that has to do with the insulation of the cabin of your car, but I can hear the tire on the road. So I've got the tread wear, I've got the road noise, and I'm really just ready for something new. So I reached out to Bridgestone and I asked them what they would recommend as a replacement for me. This is the Alenza AS Ultra from Bridgestone, and this is my next new tire. Now, this came to me recommended by Bridgestone because I said I want something that's appropriate for my car, that gives me a good ride, and that is quiet. And this is going to meet the bill. I'll show you why in just a second, but you might be saying, why do I actually have a physical tire here with me? Shouldn't this be at a tire shop or a dealer or something like that? Well, if you're not an experienced tire purchaser, let me make some recommendations. You aren't limited to the tires that you see in a tire showroom or a Costco or a Walmart or wherever you get your tires. You can get the exact tires you want. I often go to a site like TireRack.com. You input which vehicle you have, which tire size you have, and then it'll make recommendations and you can do a comparison. In fact, I did a comparison between my current Pirelli tires and these new Bridgestone tires, and the Bridgestone, in terms of ratings, exceeded it in multiple, actually in every single area. So what are those areas and what should you be looking for a new tire? So you can find the tire that you want online and have it delivered either to you or to a tire dealership for them to for you. That's right, you don't have to go to their showroom and pick out whatever they have there. You pick the tire that's right for you and right for your vehicle. So how do you do that? Well, let me tell you about the things that I look for when I'm looking for a new tire. Start by learning about basic tire characteristics, and you can get a great Tire 101 education on Bridgestone.com, but you can also go to other resources like TireRack.com, where they help you compare and contrast different tires based on some key characteristics: performance in wet conditions, performance in dry conditions, performance in winter or snow conditions, the comfort of the tire, and the tread wear of the tire. Now, if you go specifically to Bridgestone's site, they will also factor in things like how quiet the tire is and how it contributes to your fuel efficiency. So let's talk about all those characteristics on the Bridgestone Alenza AS Ultra. Now, you may be looking at this tread saying, ooh, that tread looks prettier than my other tires. And you wouldn't be alone. I actually talked to Bridgestone, and they told me that it's not uncommon for not just women, but men to often choose their tires based on how the tread pattern looks. But you're not entirely wrong about that. You just have to know what you're looking at. In this case, we're looking at a lot of different things, some of which you can't see. Let's talk about 4 key things. The first one is what the tire is actually made of. So this uses a new high silica compound, and what that does is it gives you more improved wet and winter performance. So what the tire is made of definitely matters, especially how it affects the tire performance in temperature. The other thing that it has, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look down in here, can you see these little grooves right on the edge of this tread right here? These are called snow vices, and these are designed to help grip the snow and keep them in your tire. And you may say, well, I don't want snow in my tire. I want snow away from my tires. But if you are in icy conditions, you want that snow to give you better traction. The third one, and this is the one I'm most excited about, you see these little grooves down in the base of the tread here? This is called quiet track technology. And this is designed by Bridgestone to help reduce tread pattern noise for a quiet ride. If you didn't know, the bigger the bulkier the tread, usually the louder the tire is on the road. This has pretty smooth tread, so I would expect a quiet ride anyway, but with these grooves, that's going to help reduce the sound of the noise. Quiet track. And then the last thing is the tread wear. So it is designed to provide long-lasting tread wear. About 80,000 miles is what they are suggesting, and that is backed by a limited warranty. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is to take all of these tires down to my local tire shop. I have an appointment today, and they're going to put all of my tires on. And then I'm going to take you for a ride, and let's see if we can tell a difference. It's going to be hard to translate to video, but you're going to have to trust me. And I'm hoping that I'm going to see a huge performance improvement, huge noise improvement. Well, what a difference 2 months can make. My hair has changed, the weather has changed, and my tires have changed. And it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, the tires are amazing. But it's something that you have to experience for yourself. Luckily, I had a chance to really put it to the test for about 60 days. And I drove I'm in Maryland, I drove to West Virginia, I drove to Pennsylvania, and back multiple times. And I've been to DC, I've been to Baltimore, I've been all over on these tires. And the one thing that I notice is they are comfortable. They perform well in the weather because we've had quite a bit of it. And most importantly, it gives me a really quiet ride. In fact, on one of my trips out to West Virginia, I tried to capture the tire noise from inside the car. Now you're going to have to be the judge. It's kind of hard to capture the sound in the car, but I did a before and an after, and tell me if you can hear the difference. So even if you can't tell the difference, I can tell the difference. I'm thrilled to have new tires on this vehicle. I want to give a special thank you to Bridgestone for providing me these tires and really giving me the opportunity to talk to you about Tires 101. It's not something that's as sexy as a new car, but some would argue it's just as, if not more important. It's what you're riding on after all. So thanks for joining me for taking a look at these Bridgestone tires. I'm going to put a link below so that you can check out a little bit more about these tires yourself. And now that you've had a chance to see what they look like when they're not as clean and shiny, you'll get a sense of how they would look on your vehicle. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any thoughts or recommendations, I'd love to hear that too. I always check out the comments, but most importantly, I'd invite you to like and then subscribe so you can come back for more great car content just like this. Thanks, guys.